Hello, Miami. This is 305 Sports Now, your home podcast and channel for all things Miami sports related. I am Will, and I've been receiving a lot of comments and so on about regarding Miami Hurricanes defense, and there's been some sparking debate and so on in regards to the Miami Hurricane defensive line. So I decided to do a story today on the Miami Hurricanes D-line and what I think it's going to be in terms of the run. Basically it's run defense, for this upcoming year. And it's going to be pretty interesting because the Miami Hurricanes defensive line does have some talent, but the biggest concern is in the interior tackle position, okay? As pretty much we have an issue primarily with the lack of size that I've heard, within the defensive line that people have been asking about. Like, for example, I've been very open about how I felt about possibly getting Bear Alexander when he was available in the transfer portal, but instead he picks USC because I do like my interior alignment to be really, really big. Okay, that's just my thing. I mean, Vince Wilfork was an absolute beast, and we have a 300-pounder Miami Dolphins named Christian Wilkins and Raekwon Davis as well that are plug guys and so on and are very good at stopping the run. The biggest concern that we have is the fact that, Miami struggled last in stopping the run. I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I also heard, some commentary back and forth about size isn't really anything. Miami was a bit undersized on some occasions with their interior linemen, and yet they house people. But I will say this, though. I like the current crop of players we have, but I'm sorry to tell you, Jerome Brown and Warren Sapp are not a green tree right now. They're not there. They're not walking through that door anytime soon. Prime Sapp, Prime Brown are not walking through that door, okay? Those guys were just absolute beasts. But even Jerome Brown was 6'2", 292 pounds, and Warren Sapp was 6'2", 303. But the bottom line is that Miami, does have some talent. They have, Branson Dean. They picked up Thomas Gore, and of course, they have Hakeem Mezdor also in the interior. But the one guy that people want to talk about is Leonard Taylor III. But before I get mostly into LT3, I want to say a few things about the Miami Hurricanes defense last year. There were some occasions where Miami's run defense did very well. Miami's pass defense was horrific. Okay, Miami gave up big play after big play, even to schools they had no business giving up plays to. Okay, like for example, Middle Tennessee State should have never bombed us a couple times the way they bombed us, which included a 99-yard touchdown pass, which was just absolutely ridiculous. Okay, but there were some occasions where Miami's run defense was pretty decent to start the year. But at the end of the year, the wheels just flat out fell off. Miami was horrific, in stopping the run, stopping running quarterbacks, stopping running backs, in general. The Miami Hurricanes defense ranked 65th in the nation in total defense last year, and they were 54th, in stopping the run. Now, this is pretty bad because in total defense, Miami gave up 76 yards per game, okay, and 54 to stop the run, as the Miami Hurricanes gave up an average 142 yards per game on the ground. Now, the games that stood out to me was Pittsburgh, who gouted us, who gashed us for 248 yards, FSU, with 229, and Clemson with 201. Now, what role does Leonard Taylor III play here? Leonard Taylor III is a disruptor. He's shown flashes, but on many occasions, he's just not been on the field enough. Kevin Steele believed in rotating his defensive tackles, and that's fine because Lance Guidry has said the same thing in regards to keeping him fresh for when the game counts. But the bottom line is that LT3 is your disruptor. He is a guy that will destroy the passing game, but is also very good in stopping the run. There's not many interior offensive linemen that are as athletic as Leonard Taylor III is. That's why he was recruited so heavily out of Palmetto High. So Leonard Taylor III needs to be on rotation heavily throughout the season if we have any hopes of stopping the run. And one of the main reasons why we are afraid that he is not going to stop the run, is because we have heard that in practice, the running game, the offensive line has opened up a lot of holes, and guys like AJ Allen, Mark Fletcher, are really balling, in practice. And that is good because you want the offense to be good. You want the offensive line to move guys. You want, there to be a stable running game for the Canes. But what does it say about the defensive line, at least in the interior side? I'm not worried about our pass rush, okay? Our pass rush is set. We have very good pass rushers, both in the veteran capacity and also some young guys coming in as well. I am not worried, including coming in next year. I'm not worried about our pass rush, but I am worried a bit about our interior line because you will be facing teams that love to run the football. A&M likes to run the ball. Florida State likes to run the football. Clemson likes to run the football as well. So we have to be very well prepared, very well skilled, schematically speaking, and also athletically and strength-wise to be able to stop these teams and neutralize their running game. So I mean, we do have Branson Dean, as I mentioned. You know, we have Thomas Gore as well. So I'm really looking forward to see how the Canes do. But I do believe last year, Kevin Steele's defense just died. All right. The team just did not look good, both in the pass defense and also in stopping the run as well. So I hope with Guidry coming in and his success at Marshall, he's able to utilize that and put his players in the best position to win, especially in the interior side where Miami has been, even in practice, giving up a lot of runs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I go, I just want to give a quick plug. All right, we're trying to get Leon Searcy back on the show to talk a little Canes O-line and get a bit of a recap for the first game. So I do want to plug his book. All right, Fourth Down and Damn. You'll have the link in the bottom, of the description section. Fourth Down and Damn is a great read. Football players tell great stories. Mike Brodsky is the author through the words of Leon Searcy. And trust me, it's a great read from from when he was a child, his days, his pro football days as well. I strongly recommend Fourth Down and Damn. All right, everybody, that's it for me. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. God bless. See you soon. All about the U. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, as I will be covering win or lose in this regard, win or lose, whether Saquon Patterson or David Stone are Canes, okay? Or one is Cane and one is not. Both are Canes or both are neither. I will be doing a show in that regard. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day. Stay safe. God bless. See you soon. Go Canes. Bye, guys. All about the U. Stay safe.